it being an alternative, it's adding to issues of climate change. I have in studio green energy consultant, Chisola Nyala. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm a meter apart. You can come closer.
Sure,
you can come closer. I'm a meter apart. I'm a meter apart from you. Okay, so let's start with this. When people hear renewable energy, what's that about? Very briefly.
So renewable energy, I think the term is basic. It's an energy resource that is renewable. In other words, it's replenishable. Yeah, you can't deplete the energy resource, so it's sustainable. But the nature of renewable energy is also associated with them being, they are environmental friendly. So that's the basic terminology there.
Why has it become so hot in the topic of climate change?
Yeah, so it's very important for us to understand what climate change is. We need to understand the thing we call the greenhouse effect. So now for us to understand the greenhouse effect, we need to go back to what happens around. So what we see is the sun emits energy in form of sunlight. Now that sunlight reaches the surface of the earth. Now this sunlight is absorbed, and when it's absorbed by the surface of the earth, it actually, some of it is actually transmitted back or radiated back in form of heat. Now this heat is absorbed by the greenhouse gases which are around the surface of the earth.
Okay.
Yeah, so now, that leads to global warming. So global warming is the root cause of climate change.
For a country like Zambia, we just introduced, a ministry that's really concentrating on green in regards to every sector of our economy.
Yeah.
How ready are we when it comes to, renewable energy as we get to COP26, which will most likely take part in as well?
Yeah, so COP26 is a talk of the day because, there is something happening around the world. We are creating an environment that is not healthy for you to support life. So COP26 is the thing that is going to happen. We need to promote renewable energy so that we can have a sustainable environment that is going to support life. So when it comes to Zambia, we've got a starting point to promote renewable energy because, we're talking about sunlight, which is almost guaranteed. I'm going to bed today, tomorrow there'll be sunlight. So we can actually drift into solar energy as well as wind energy. So those are things that we have. It's just a matter of dedicating a bit of research and a bit of funds to promote the technology so that we can shift towards the renewables.
So then, to what extent would this impact Zambia's, economic development, its business space, as well as, just issues of manufacturing industry? We're trying to grow that industry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's the issue of impact, but there's also the issue of creating a sustainable environment because we don't want to hate ourselves. So it becomes very essential that even us as Zambia, we start thinking about renewable energies because renewable energies, so in short, if we talk about the advantage and the impact, renewable energies are modular in nature. We've got places in Zambia that are off the grid. They don't have electricity. But you don't need to design, a power system, a transmission system to have electricity in those areas because those areas also need to develop in terms of economics. There's someone who owns a barber shop. They can exceed the hours of working by having resources like solar modules to produce their energy. So it's these small things that are very essential that is going to help boost, more especially, small and medium enterprises.
All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming through, Chisola, and it's nice to just, have conversations over this as we get to, a global platform that will be talking about this.
Sure. Thank you so much.
All right. Chisola Nyala is a green energy consultant, and of course he comes through just to tell us the importance of renewable energy in the mitigation of climate change. We are getting to our Bine segment. In our Bine segment, I sat down with the Minister of Small Medium Enterprise Development, and he is talking about very heavily, I must say, on the